Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Copeland. I am the founder and lead developer of HubPlate, the future of restaurant management and POS systems. In this video, I am going to be going over the menu section of the app, which I find very awesome. Only managers have access to the menu section. This is how, excuse me, how you would customize your menus so that way when orders are put in, the server has the proper information to put in the order properly. So this is your menu page. And you have happy hour, add-on, sides, dressing, scan menu, edit menu, and add item. So first I'll go over really fast the happy hour rules. This is the dynamic pricing page. So what you can do is you could set a happy hour, your days of the week, show you what that looks like, your start time, your end time, what days it repeats on, whether it's a discount or a surge, by what percentage, and what categories to apply it to. So if you only wanted happy hour for your bar section, you could just do it for your bar, and that's it. You could do even surges, because a lot of restaurants are doing price surging during like heavy dinner rushes. You could also do a surging as well. And you saw in a previous video of what the menu looks like. I believe it is, I'm in happy hour right now. So this is what happy hour would look like. Whenever it's in a price surge time, this changes to red and the prices are increased. So going back to the menu page. So when you first build out your menu on HubPlate, it is super easy to do. You simply scan photo, choose your file, simply take a picture of your menu pages and upload those pages, and it'll build out your entire menu automatically. Super fast, super efficient. It builds out all of your categories. It reads the menu. Anything it gets wrong, because you know AI does the recognition, it looks at it and then it builds it out. So it's not 100% accurate, but it's really easy to customize once it is built out. So if it misses a category, you could simply edit, add category, and I am going to add a drinks category. And this gives you drinks. So there's no items in here. I'm just going to hit done editing. I'm going to add an item. I'm just going to say Coke, glass of Coca-Cola, price $1.99. You could even put in the cost, like if you know what the cost is, if it's only like 55 cents, you could put that in. Select a category, drinks, and then you can map it to your KDS screen. Save. And now, whenever a server goes to put in an order, say they're doing drink orders, Coke, of course there's no side, no dressing, no add-ons, it's just a glass of Coke. When they send it to the kitchen, if you go to the KDS screen, server station, now the server station, if you have a KDS screen on your server station for drinks, they could see it. And I didn't put in a table, but the table number would show there. So if you have servers helping during a rush, or like a host or somebody, you know, assisting the servers during a huge rush and all they're doing is making drinks, they could say this is for this table, this tray is for this table, this tray is for that table. So to break this down, since I already have a menu built out, is you can edit the item. You can name the item, put in a description. Now AI builds this out automatically. Like I just downloaded a picture from a restaurant I used to work at, a picture of one of their menus, and it did all of this pretty much automatically for me. The name, the description, the price, and the category. I didn't have to create the category, it did it automatically. And then you can map it to a KDS screen, to your kitchen display screen. And then let's say you need to move items around. Like right now, this is the entire menu. Let's say you wanted to move this out of the snacks. and move it to a different category, you could easily do that. If you need to map it, if you need to map it to another KDS screen, you could change the KDS screen that it's mapped to. So that's how you handle the menu and categories section of that, and you could delete these, rename them. So if you wanted to rename that category, you could rename the name of that category. You could click Add Category to add a new category, which I did with additional sides, desserts, drinks, cocktails. So additional sides. So let me go through the add-ons real quick. So when you go to add-ons, this is how you upsell customers at the table, right? So as you can see, these are some add-ons I've already built out. Like an extra egg for $1, you could map it to categories, items. Add a patty, you can map to categories or individual items itself. Extra slice of bacon you can map. So I'll show you what that looks like. If you create an add-on, you can say extra, let's say house sauce. Maybe you have an excellent house sauce that people just absolutely love, and you want to charge an extra 50 cents for extra. You could assign it to different categories, or you could search for individual items like this. And then you could do, let's say, what's another item? You know what? I'm just going to do burgers and sandwiches because it's easier. But just to let you know, hamburger, cheeseburger, that is in the kids section and the youngsters category section. So if you want to assign it to an entire category, you can do that. Oops. I clicked out of it without saving it, so I'm just going to do that again. Burgers and categories. Do that category, and there's one hamburger in the kids section, so we're going to do that. And you can highlight multiple items too, like if I wanted to go in and add that to a side salad. The kids burger and the side salad are all highlighted, both highlighted. Oh, price adjustment 50 cents. Save add-on. So this is a great way for your servers to upsell on different items. And it's very flexible because you can map it to individual items or to entire categories. Like, you know, 2 extra slices of bacon are mapped to brunch plates, youngsters, and burgers and sandwiches. You know, and add a patty on different items. That's how the add-ons work. It's super simple, honestly, very straightforward. You have extra sauce now mapped to the burgers. So what that looks like is when you go in here, and all of these are the burgers and sandwiches. So if I click on the State Fair cheeseburger, we can now see choice of side, dressing, and we could see extra sauce is now an add-on. So if they want to say get extra sauce, they could get extra sauce. So if we go back into menu, go to sides, this is where you create sides for different items. So I have just the basics here. Let's say I wanted to create a side for, you know, dinner plates, like, I don't know. Let's do this. Let's say guacamole. Oops. And let's say you charge $1.50 for that. And we want to map that to lighter fare, which guacamole wouldn't fit with any of these menu items. I'm just showing you this as an example. So that would be the only one that would get, this would be the only menu category where this side would show up. And again, you could assign this to individual items, and you could assign sides also to KDS screens. So I'll save that. And then before I show you what that looks like, I'm going to create another side and do onion rings and no price adjustment. If it's included as a side, you just keep it as 0. Okay, I'll show you if you do additional sides to charge the price for that and what that looks like. So this is going to be 0 because let's say a side of onion rings comes with burgers and sandwiches. Okay, and again, you could go in here and map it to an individual item, which I need to add a search bar to the side like I do the add-ons. So that way I can map it to, and I need to alphabetically. So that's the kids menu. And then onion rings goes to the fryer. So we're going to click fryer for this side and save it. So then what that looks like when you go into orders, I'm going to put in table number of D12. So if somebody wants to order a cheeseburger, you can now see a side of onion rings here. And we have add-ons, extra sauce, bacon, egg, add a patty, extra cheese. And this is where they would say like no onion, no pickle. Oops. Click the plus sign to add that modification. And again, this could be modified to anything, even no bun. You know, I've seen that plenty of times. I want a cheeseburger with no bun. Okay. Confirm the order. So now you could see no onion, no pickle, no bun with all of the modifications. The other one I wanted to show you was lighter fare. So let's say seat 2. So the only side is guacamole. That's it. There's no other add-ons or extras for this. And again, you could modify it however you want. If you wanted an add-on for this to be, you know, a double meat or a double serving, you could do that. If you wanted an extra add-on for, you know, bacon on the side, you could do that. And you could map your add-ons to any item that you want and charge the price of whatever you want. Now, I did have a price of $1.50 on this, so technically that would be an add-on. Any choice of side, if the side comes with it, you would just set the price to 0 because it comes with that side for the price, right? And then I'll show you what that looks like when it goes to the kitchen. So you can see, well, where's the cheeseburger? The Stay Fair cheeseburger went to the fryer. I wonder why it's not showing up here though. Let's figure that one out. Menu, burger sandwiches, Stay Fair cheeseburger, edit item. Ah, it's not mapped. So now we're going to map it to the kitchen. That's odd. It should have been mapped. I wonder if it'll show it now. It'll show. Cool. So there you go. This is what your cooks see. You see Stay Fair cheeseburger, no onion, no pickle, no bun, extra sauce, onion rings, bacon, egg, patty. And then in the fryer, they see that they need onion rings for it. There's nothing sent to the bar. That table's still waiting on their Coke, Alice. You need to hurry up and make that Coke. So anyway, that's how the sides work. Dressings. So I made an extra section for dressings just because of how the database works, back-end technical details. Let's add Thousand Island, map it to soups and salad, and let's map it. So that is one thing I need to update, is the search bar for dressings and sides. This does take a little too long to go through. I should also alphabetically order this. So I can iterate and change things very fast on here. So if you guys see anything through these tutorials that you would like me to add, like a feature, anything, I can easily do that. Side salad. There's your side salad. So you can map it there, map it to salad, save dressing. The reason dressings, and I failed to save it. Okay, that's something I need to look into. Could just be an issue with my database, Supabase, on the saving. Okay, go into orders. I'll show you what that looks like. So when somebody orders, let's say, double steak cheeseburger, so you have your sides. So we map the sides like French fries, onion rings. You have your choice of side. And when you choose side salad, Thousand Island would have shown up. But the dressing is mapped to the side. You could also map the dressing to your categories. So whenever you pull up a category, if the dressing is mapped to that category, it'll show up here. So it'll look like that. Double steak cheeseburger, side salad with ranch. And that is how you would do your add-ons, your sides, and your dressings, and how you would map everything. I find it very simple. It may not be so simple for you since you're the one looking at it for the first time, but I developed it, so it's pretty straightforward for me. I made it as flexible as possible. You know, to map the menu item to a category, to KDS screens, whether it goes to fryer, salad, bar. That's the way it works for like bar items. If you know you make a new cocktail, you know, a new recipe, they simply just map it to your bar. And you could also map entire categories, I believe, to your KDS screen whenever you create a category. I like to do it by individual, you know, just grab them all, highlight them all. So that way you know all of those items go to the bar, save assignments, boom, updated. Now you got all of these cocktails. Anytime a server puts in an order for the cocktail, it goes straight to the bar. Also, you can easily mark it as 86. So the rosé, let's say you mark that as 86. It's out when the server goes to order. The rosé is 86. They automatically know. You don't need to put it on the whiteboard. You don't need to do anything. As soon as an item's 86, you just go into the system, mark it as 86, and it shows up on the order screen for the servers. They already know it's 86. And you could do that pretty much with any item on the menu. Well, all the items on the menu, you can 86. Oh, the one thing I also wanted to show you is if you have additional sides, this is how I would handle this situation. So if somebody wanted to just get an additional side of fries or an additional side salad or, you know, an additional side of onion rings, you would simply do something like this. I would name it side onion rings, additional, just as a quick, additional side of onion rings. Set your price to whatever price it is. Set your cost. You know, if it's $1.25 per order. And then select your category, which is additional sides. And then you would map it to the fryer and save. So now, whenever the server, let's say somebody, they get, let's say they order, a Southwest Caesar salad, for example. You don't have fries and onion rings for a side. Oh, there it is. There's the Thousand Island. It did save it. Confirm. Oh, I didn't map it properly. That's probably what happened, is I didn't map it to the proper category the way I should have. Because I was in burgers and sandwiches. I don't have it mapped to burgers and sandwiches. Oops. So anyway, learning lesson there. Map your items properly so they show up. So let's say seat 1, they ordered that, and they also want an order of, a side of fries or a side of onion rings. Well, now you could simply put that in, confirm it, and now they have a side of onion rings, and you're charging them for it. Very easy, very straightforward. That way people can order what they want to order, additional sides, their add-ons, upgrades, all that good stuff. So that is how the menu system works. You could scan your menu, just upload a picture of your menu. That builds out your categories. This separates all your menu items by the category. You can put in add-ons and map those to item categories or individual items. Your sides, which you can map to individual items or categories. I think it's easier just to map it to categories. And also mapping it to KDS stations too. So your onion rings go to your fryer. If you have a grill, your burgers can go to grill. Yeah, you can map all your sides. You can map your add-ons. What else did I miss? You could edit the menu. You can move items around, add your categories, map it to your KDS. And that's pretty much it, your happy hour rules. Very straightforward. If you guys have any questions, like, comment, send me a message. If there's anything you would like to see added to it, let me know. And I'll see about adding a new feature for you guys. I am the founder and lead developer of HubPlate, so I can iterate very fast and develop very fast on this. So if there's any features or functions you would like to see to make your life easier, please let me know. Thank you very much and have a great day.